best you can do. Come here, lily liver. You'll get what for.
Fuck. I'll have to carry him out of here right now.
here. All doors lead to the courtyard. All it takes is for one man to go for a piss, and he'll see us.
Fuck. The alarm's been sounded.
Tired of life, are you?
I have to admit, we didn't do too well.
True. The shame of it.
It seems, Robard, that we're running out of options.
We don't have enough men to scale the walls with ladders, and we can't afford to lose any more. We can only take Talmberg by a ruse or with superior numbers. Ruses have failed, and we don't have superior numbers.
Then we are left with no choice but to build a trebuchet. To demolish my own walls. Where is Master Fafar?
He's waiting. We sent for him as soon as...
Bring him to me. Let's not waste time.
Sir Divish.
You will build me a trebuchet, Master Tobias.
Trebuchet, my lord. That's not entirely in my field of expertise.
We have to take back Talmberg.
Yes, indeed, sir, I understand
and
that.
You are the best engineer we can rely on in the whole fiefdom.
Oh, well, thank you, my lord, but it's just that I've never built a trebuchet before. This could take some time.
Then you'd better get to it. Bernard will go over the plan of attack with you.
Oh.
Well, Master Tobias, you have much to do and little time. I will not keep you any longer.
Indeed. Of course, sir. Thank you, my lord.
How are the preparations proceeding in the other camps?
As well as can be expected under the circumstances. There are still many things that need doing, but I just don't have the time for them.
No, you don't. Henry.
Yes, sir.
I would like for you to help with the preparations in the encampments.
Gladly, sir.
Robard will brief you. That'll be all.
Can you teach me how...
Certainly.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right, but it'll...
Save you, Henry.
Now,
What needs to be done?
Look, a military encampment's a complicated thing. I don't expect it to be as peaceful and orderly as Holy Mass. But what we have here now is havoc. The men are as nervous and short-tempered as caged bears. When you walk around the camps, you'll see for yourself. Grumbling everywhere, complaints about everything from the gruel to the fleas. They're moaning they've drunk the alehouse dry, and now they have to wait for the next batch of beer. We've got dead who deserve a decent burial, and a lot of wounded, including one of their lordships. The less the troops grumble, the better off we'll all be. But that's not even the main problem.
What do you mean?
Did you hear what Sir Divish was saying to Fafar, our master builder?
I heard some of it.
And what did you make of it?
He said he'd never built a trebuchet catapult. I wouldn't even know where to start, but he might.
But, if it'll take him as long as he said, we can't wait until Judgment Day. We don't have that much time.
I'll try to ask him if I can help in some way.
You should definitely do that. Without a trebuchet, we're much too weak.
How are you faring, sir?
How do you think I'm faring, lad? There's some cutthroat thug lolling about in my bed at the castle.
What troubles you?
Sir Robard sent me.
Indeed. A trebuchet that can smash the walls of Tamburg. Aye, a mining... I'll never manage it on my own.
Well, I'd like to help you, but how? I don't...
Actually, there is a way you could help. Conrad Keyser came to Sasso recently. If you could get him to come here, it would save my skin.
Conrad Keyser? Who...
He's a scholar who studied medicine, but he also designed siege engines. He even took part in the siege of Nicopolis, together with Sigismund.
You're still an engineer, though. Couldn't you build it yourself?
Are you serious? Do you know how complicated such a machine is? What forces are at work in the contraption? If we were lucky, it wouldn't fire at all. Far more likely it would smash itself to smithereens and kill lots of us instead of the enemy.
He was with Sigismund.
It's not so straightforward. They quarrelled after the battle, after Conrad blamed their defeat on Sigismund.
I don't suppose he took...
Quite. That's what led to Conrad being banished from Prague and making a base at Bethlen Castle.
Banished? Like a common criminal?
He was a member of the court and a doctor and a master engineer, so nothing quite that.
What's he doing here in Sasau?
They sent him over here to help with building the monastery. No doubt they had to pay handsomely to...
And how am I supposed to get him here? Abduct him?
Well, only if all else fails. We need his cooperation. Try having a word with him. By all accounts.
All right.
Thank you.
That a knight such as...
How are we doing with the food?
Who wants to know? One of the...
No, I just wondered if there was anything you're short of.
Oh, I see. The lordling is wondering if we're in urgent need of anything. Well. To tell the truth, we don't have much meat. They bring it round often enough, but never as much as they should.
Yes, I've heard something like that.
I'll say. Every other man's moaning on about it. The gamekeepers are doing all they can, but they can't keep up. So if you know how to help them out, bring it right here. I'll take care of the rest.
Fine, I'll keep that in mind. Do we have any beer?
Christ, I wish we did. Our ales are...
That's bad.
Don't I know it? And the lads, too.
God's day.
How are the men holding up?
They're a rabble. The out-of-towners are desperate to go home. And the locals, they've got nowhere else to go.
Are they causing trouble?
No trouble as such. It's true I've caught a few of them asleep on their watch. There's nothing a couple of lashes of the whip can't cure.
Well, there might be a simpler solution.
Whipping a man, simple enough. Just give one of them a beating, the others will remember. And when they forget, do it again.
But then you'd have an injured soldier. It occurred to me a herbal potion might do the trick.
I never heard of any wives' quackery helping troop morale. But Christ knows they could do with something to flush the booze out of them and keep their eyes open.
How goes it, Sir Bernard?
How goes it? We're sitting here under the castle, and all day long there's folks hewing stones. My ears are ringing as if I'd been struck on the head, which is just how I feel.
Greetings. What business have you?
How do you feel, Sir Divish? How's the shoulder?
I felt better, boy. I feel awful, truth be told, and my shoulder's paining me.
Let someone tend to the wound and you'll soon be better.
The flesh can be healed, perhaps, but the spirit... Henry, can you do something for me?
What is it you need, sir?
I need a priest as well as a physician. The closest was in Rovna, but I don't know what happened to him. And then there's the one from Ujits. What's his name?
Godwin. But why would you need a priest? The wound will heal, especially with the help of one of the monks.
It's not about me. I've got a lot of wounded here that won't see morning, and dead men, and I have to confess my sins.
Honored that a knight such as you takes...
There's something I need from you, Father Godwin.
Is there, my son? How can I help?
There are a lot of dead and wounded at Talmberg, and no one to make the sign of the cross on their foreheads.
I'd like to help you, Henry, but I have other concerns.
What's happening?
I have a delegation here from the Archbishopric in Prague. They claim I have a heretic in my parish, and there's talk of building pyres. I fear if I left matters here unattended, half the villagers would be roasted before I got back.
I see. Sort of.
Go and ask elsewhere. There's bound to be a willing servant of God left around here somewhere.
Without shelter, without possessions of any kind, and spread the word of God, who lives as he preached. The kingdom of God is...
What do you want from me?
I need to bring a few kegs of beer back to Talmberg.
To Talmberg? Why? Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm running low on beer and I've no kegs left. Ask again later, or go ask elsewhere.
Is there anything...
Nothing out of the...
Hear ye, good people, such iniquity... One ale, please.
Good health to you.
Pour me one.
How's trade?
Nothing we can handle.
Andrew, there's no more beer in Talmberg, and the soldiers are starting to grumble. Can't you send some there?
I could, but there's nothing in it for me.
The camp's not that far away. Imagine if the soldiers got so upset by the lack of beer, they went on the hunt for it and ended up here. They could do some real damage. Wouldn't it be better to have them drunk and happy somewhere else?
If they came here for a drink, I'd sell it to them. Why would they do any damage?
What if someone lied to them that you were a Toth supporter and that they'd have to make do with water?
I knew you were a bastard, but I didn't expect you to turn on me too.
I do like things to go my way.
I'll send it there. But just remember, everyone gets what's coming to them eventually. One day, you're bound to come across someone who isn't such a pushover.
Maybe. But in the meantime, make sure to send the best you have. After all, we don't want anyone to feel unwell enough to think about settling the score, do we?
Can we do...
Well...
Are we agreed?
It'll take more...
Oh, that's a...
What are you doing?
What the fuck are you looking for here? I won't put up with the likes of you.
Bring it on.
Enough! I yield! You hear? I surrender.
God be with you, Henry.
I'm looking for some pitch for Talmberg.
Already? What happened to the last lot we supplied?
I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Do you have any, or don't you?
I do. I had a buyer lined up, but it's been a while since he showed his face. What do you need it for?
Talmberg's been taken by a horde of brigands, so we're laying siege to it. We could use some pitch.
Christ blood. I hadn't heard the news. All right, it's all yours. You gave us a hand with that ginger when we needed it, and if it's for Sir Divish, I know my duty. If you want to haul it away yourself, feel free, or I can get someone to deliver it to you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Beszarás, és pont amikor kedvem lenne... Emberek, vigyázat! Légy résen, ott van! Vigyázz! Látom az ellenséget!
Hey! Ott van!
Csak, mi bújt itt elő? Gyere, te Gani!
I'm honored that a knight such...
I brought you some meat.
Stack it over here.
That's the lot.
Good. Well, thanks very much. And when you've got more, feel free to stop by. You won't be...
I've arranged some beer for you from the...
You're a proper treasure, you are.
The charcoal burner is near.
That's handy.
Well, you can stop worrying.
Good. I'll get...
I need something to keep our soldiers awake. Do you know of anything that might help?
I do know of a concoction to ward off sleep. I can teach you how to make it if you like.
But I need enough for at least
I can't help you with that. You'll have to brew up a bit at a time as it's needed. So, do you...
No, I need someone who will do it for me.
I'm sorry, but I'm not a miracle worker. I can...
Go, boss!